Peace, Islam, the science, not the creed. Uh, Gonna go straight into it. Everything I'm saying is out of love. For those who feel the need to address your opinion, you know what to do. Leave your opinions. I'm embracing all energy at this time. If y'all not paying attention, I'm pretty sure uh, you're not in tune or aware of the things that are going on. If you are paying attention, then right now something very sick going on. All right, and I'm just gonna call it for what it is. They have figured out. You want to call it the powers that be. Y'all want to say secret societies, whatever y'all want to do. I'm not even gonna go there, as others have. Y'all gonna debate the facts and y'all want to argue, and I'm not here for your little intellectual orgasms. Same facts. They have figured out how to get the most powerful people to not know how to use their power. You want to call it melanated people. You want to call it people in nature. You want to call it the original man, the original woman. Um, those who are the original founders, mothers, and fathers of civilization. That is who I'm addressing. Those are the people who I'm talking about. Now, to the present time now, we're in a huge conundrum of information being presented at you on a daily basis in your face. Social media, the internet, all these things have a yin and a yang. All right? Yin being you can no longer play ignorant unless you choose to. You could take your phone, which they call a smartphone. And by the way, I say this to anybody that's a techie, and I would advocate this to all my children. Um, when I took computer repair and computer networking, that was Cisco Academy, and in computer TIA, EIA, so certified training. The first thing the teacher instructor informed me was that a computer is not smarter than a human. It is faster. I only say that to say I'm trying to get y'all to remember that these things that we have created, there's no reason uh, why the level of ignorance or the dependency on these things that we create, and we're getting away from the natural act of what we actually are and what we actually do that allowed these inventions and industrial revolution and all these advancements that we make in life. But along with the advancements, it seems like people are getting detached from knowing how to be in tune with nature. Back to that point, getting the people of nature, getting the people who understood the true science, the most powerful science, people who are naturally spiritual, to get totally out of tune with that, to throw off basically the balance of how it is today. And for a monetary gain, for control of people's minds, control of the monetaries, the gold, the silver, which is real currency. Because the Federal Reserve note, as you guys will find out in these months to come, ending months of 2018, they're switching everything. You got a trade war. You got FEMA, FISA, FICA. I mean, right now, anything federal that you're a part of, you got state programs, federal programs. Um, that's not the way. That's not what you really should be looking for or wanting to be a part of or fighting for the cause of. There are things so bad right now in the corporation, as we know as the United States of America, that honestly, they say even the middle class is 2 paychecks away from being broke. So when this does occur, a lot of people will not know. It's going to be madness. I want to curse. I'm preventing myself from cursing. But it will be madness out here. because the greater part of society has become dependent on instructions, or being a corporate chattel, or being buying by contracts. You have people live on term and conditions. Our women, the most powerful woman, and the woman is the most powerful thing on earth, have become terms and conditional. Um, it plays a part into our sons, our daughters, and even the men, and how it affects them. They're already getting rid of alpha. You want to say black, but my advocacy, stop saying black. If you have melanation, or you're Latino, you're Hispanic, or you call yourself minority, black, African American, Negro, or you Afro Cuban, or Afro anything in that essence, stop it. 2020 consensus will show you how they are waking up, and people are waking up to a thing called nationality, and how and why other nations, India, China, and there's even more European nations and other nations abroad, are coming here with a line of credit, and doing far more better than so-called citizens of the United States of America. All this conundrum of information, politics, and I need people to know that politics, that is the things that were done and said that precede us from before, that affect us now. So you want to call it socialism, you want to call it communism, dictatorship, presidents, uh, everything, the medical field, everything is connected. This is why they're not giving the proper education out here in America. And it's all for the purpose of keeping people dumbed down, ignorant, tax paying. Well, the way it's going, y'all see it. People laughing or ignoring facts of Mexican children being separated from their mothers. What happens when it's your child now? White, black, Indian, Asian. What happens now? And because you guys are so proud Americans, and you came here and you feel you're getting it with your Federal Reserve notes, and you're successful, you got your degrees, and you're working a nice job, and you're paying your mortgage, and all these things that they have you contractually bind to, of which they could press a button and end all that in a quick minute. What's going to happen then? What's going to happen? What do y'all? When is the arguing going to stop taking place, and action is going to take place? When are we going to stop pointing the finger? Everybody doing this, all right? This is what's going on in America. You got everybody pointing this finger, the government, the white man, da. The revolution will not be televised, because the revolution starts and ends with you. You have to change. If you don't change, we ain't gonna change. So amongst the change I am taking place in, but right now I really want to curse. Right now I'm really frustrated. But right now I'm doing my effort. I'm doing what can I do to uplift fallen humanity. And when we say fallen humanity, we're talking about the current status of morality, the current movement of getting away from being human. They're getting rid of that. New York, they just passed something the other day where they're allowing people to a new gender X. But come on. So we eliminating the concept of natural. The Holy Trinity was based on the Father, the Son, and you always say the Holy Ghost. No, it's Father, Son, and Mother. You cannot have one without the other. Allah, arm, leg, arm, head of the woman, that is, for those who don't know that. But saying this all to say, all this information being thrown at people, you hear me say Allah, and look, there's people who automatically correlate it with ISIS, Taliban, or you're Muslim, or you're extremist, or you go against Christianity, and your ideals and your opinions are of someone who this is, nah, y'all got it wrong. They got you away from science. You always see how there's a conflict, or they told you there was a conflict between scientists and the church, or there's just a constant battle between scientific fact and biblical fact. Christians who would say the Bible is a true historic account of human events, where scientists would say that's not actually factually possible. Shout out to the garbage man. That's what y'all hearing. Once again, see, mine is not edited. You get everything. Once again, how they are getting the most powerful, intellectual, and spiritual, intuitive people away from knowing their power and doing what they are supposed to do. Do you know that people are waiting on us to take charge and take back what is ours so we could set this thing straight? Now, I'm not going to go into it as my brothers and sisters of the more science would like me to, but I'm trying to address this to the greater masses who are ignorant. And the greater masses are ignorant not by a coincidence. It's by design. It's by program. It's by bureaucracy. It's by a systematic, evil, devious plan, of which it's being executed for the simple act of monetary gain to control and have basically control over society. China and U.S. right now are in a trade war. Do y'all know how? Do you care how it affects you? And it's funny, people hear these things and they go, oh, okay, Trump added the tax and the tariff to Canada, or Trump added the tax and the tariff to China. Okay, and then China adds the tax. It's like, it's almost as if you guys are getting this information, but you don't understand the hierarchy or the level of what is more important. This last day that passed, everybody paying attention to, I ain't even mentioning his name. You understand? I'm not going to embrace that energy and that name. You got people who are in support of two Geminis. Shout out to the Geminis. Y'all powerful. I'm a Sagitt. You understand? You got two Geminis sitting in a room pushing their cause, pushing their effort for their monetary gain. If you think Kanye and Trump, and I said their names, are stupid, you got something else coming. Now, mind you, in the same essence, I think it's Hurricane Michael's that just went down, right? Puerto Rico still ain't recovered. Shit, people in Houston, Katrina people, you want to go there, and before that, ain't recovered. What programs are in place for people to get their lives in place? FEMA, a federal okay, so my people have sadly become used to get ahead, to get by. I gotta join this program. I need to go to school and get this paper. I need this trade, and hear me out. And I have to take it there. In the beginning was a thought. You guys would say, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. They lied. I'm telling you. In the beginning was a thought. It all starts right here. Our perception, metaphysics, the world that has been created is the world that we have been projecting. So it is back to us individually. There are things within us we need to correct. Men and women. Like I said, they getting rid of us. We gonna be null and void. So I'm really speaking to the mothers. I'm really speaking to the daughters, as well as I'm speaking to the sons. Because for the most part, the men, you see what's going on. We doing what we doing. they'll tell you, yeah, I got to get this dollar and da 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 da. Look, to my mother, to my auntie, my grandmother, I'll tell y'all, and you guys always knew this. There are things that you could not ready me for because you're a female. Now, my mother, I am a male from a mother and father that stayed with each other. They stayed married for, I want to say, 20 plus years. So where people would be like, oh, okay, this is you talking from an angle, you're a fatherless child and you're a mother. Nah, I'm someone who had a foundation, who had a home, and still yet saw the plan that was put in place to separate and destroy, you want to call black, but stop saying that word, the most powerful people on this planet's family. And destroying the most powerful people's family structure is not a coincidence. Because us being in a cohesiveness and having a community and understanding nationality and understanding economics and building and working towards helping and gaining for each other self-sufficiently, and also on the aspect of we no longer need your programs. This is what I'm talking about. It's no coincidence. EBT, welfare, you're in a program, a medical program, all these programs, they got you lined up. It's to the point now where we have to be honest and acknowledge they got you. Us. They got us. By air. By food. Even you organic vegan people. They got you too. There's no way you're escaping the plan they implemented to not only deteriorate your mind, body, soul, and spirit, your health in every single way possible, but to corrupt basically the womb of the woman, the mind of the woman who gives birth to the child, and therefore you corrupt the seed. Now we are at a point where we have to catch ourselves. The revolution starts and begins with you. So I need each individual to know theyself and catch theyself. Why do I need you to do that? Because if you do not, what is formulating in the current conundrum and problem of today right now with the fighting and the feminists and y'all don't pay attention to how divisive they plan is working. You got alt-right against alt-right. Capitol Hill is snitching on each other. People in government are quitting their jobs. The deep state versus the shadow government, that's real. The Pope, the Catholic Church is being exposed. Everything coming out. Everything. And even though it's coming out, and even though the facts, keyword facts, are there, you ain't see me say not one. I'm not playing that game with y'all. Y'all do y'all research. As those in the conscious community, I'm glad I came into and had the experience and the privilege to meet those who sent me on this path. This is the number one thing that they advocated for. And shout out to the More Shining Simple of America out there, 125th, and y'all know where it is, out there in Harlem. That's part of where my journey started. But the number one thing they advocate for is, look, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to study. You have to. You're going to have to do it. And the way they got you from being the most powerful people and being in tune with yourself and being able to fortify and help your family, your children, and that is keeping you like a chicken with your head cut off, chasing that almighty dollar. Then we over here debating and wondering why you got all these divisive and stances and ideals and ideologies on. You got people for the president, people against him. Then you got people against him who are for something, one of his policies. You get it? And this is going down to the entertainment, like you said, TV, radio. And we as individuals have succumbed to being so blindly fucking leaded, see, by the masses or the overall social consensus that we don't even know how to speak up or what to do to make an effective change. Now, I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this, but y'all think marching and voting is going to get it done? Y'all bugging. Try again. This ain't 1968, of which look at all the people who died in that year. And this ain't before 1968 and after 1968, of which I'm saying it. Integration was the worst thing to happen for so-called quote-unquote black African Americans. Da 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 da. I heard the lady and a man the other day say, "Yeah, you know, gays had it worse than slaves," meaning African Americans in America. What? What are y'all talking about? Now we got females saying they're comparing their struggle or fight for their rights to slavery. And gays are comparing their struggle and their fight for their rights to slavery. Once again, y'all hearing it. We fought for civil rights. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory, who was a civil rights activist. But things need to change. There were things our elders did of which we need to come out, straight out, and call it for what it is. All of y'all who were civil rights activists, I appreciate everything you did. All y'all was bugging. Because we were fighting for our human rights. Now we are of knowledge of this. But let's really look at it for the current status and situation of where it is for a melanated alpha male to exist in this American corporate structure. That's not for me. It's not. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all got your successful ones, and you go down like, oh no, that's right. This is capitalism at its finest. Capitalism is based on what? Who's at the top? And in America, when you grew up, and from young, what? They gave out a gold medal, a silver, and a bronze, right? So we only care about the 1, the 2, and the 3. What happened to the other 8? How many millions is out here? And come on, let's think about it. Let's really think about it. But what did capitalism really do to integrated people who have not only lost their culture, their traditions, they lost their morals, they lost their ethics, they lost everything that they come from, to now integrate and assimilate into a society that even to this day is not for you. No. I don't care who you point out and what success story you make. You got to play ball with them anyhow. You're not setting up your own. And I'm not taking away or doing this, pointing finger at those who are making an effort to do things for black or African Americans, and because I advocate for the same thing. I am for my woman to understand and know that she is the most powerful being on this planet. I am for my children to understand that they are the greatest thing to come onto this planet and are here to be great. Had they had this instilled into them, had me had this instilled to me from day one, then now my power and who I am and what I do and my circumstance and my situation out here would be totally different. But in reality, let's really get down to the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh, we love the good. Well, let's talk about the bad and the ugly. How many of y'all? I see more people now running to external sources to fix their life. You go to a pill. You go to your drink. Let's deal with it. Let's talk about it. You understand? You go to a psychologist. When thank you to my grandmother, my mother, my family. If you had somebody to talk to, it's energy. Get rid of that negative energy. And talk and reason with and have somebody to have the understanding that helping you how to deal and sort out your emotions. My people are effed up by a history of not dealing with how to properly deal with their emotions. Shit is swept under a rug to the point where it never gets resolved. So look how we end up where we at. To the point now, like I said, I knew I was gonna rub people wrong. You got people who like, oh, they cut it off from the time they heard me say not vote. There is a campaign, a monetary campaign behind making people think, hey, we're gonna change society by a vote. It's called democracy. Demons. Y'all think democracy is not like the mob. Democracy is the mob. This country was a republic. Established as a republic. Say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic. But what is the government? Let's take it there. The government is the people. It started out when founded. Articles of Confederation. When founded, it was founded on a basis of those, us, who understood the high science. We're the real magi's. We're the real high priest that they erased from history. We're the ones that when before Columbus ever came here, it was cool. Trade route, it was good. We wasn't trying to conquer everything. Now, do we have our own quarrels within our own people? Yes. What culture don't? I'm not making an excuse for the shit. But where we are now as a people, as melanated people, is no coincidence. We disowned our own greatness, our own godliness, our own righteousness. And in turn, look what happened. You lost your land. And you lost everything that came with it. Now you have people who negotiating your outcome. They're negotiating it because you don't want to take your place in the affairs of men, in the affairs of your people. You don't want to, if it don't affect you, it don't apply. That's selfish, not selfless. I'll say it, and excuse the French. You pussy. You scared. They made people, you ain't got no spine no more. My people, Negroes, Africans, Negropeans, African Americans, Latinos, whatever, y'all the biggest sellouts. I'ma say it, y'all the biggest sellouts. You get a job paying you more tomorrow. Look, it's like me. I'm talking this right now. I get a job tomorrow, and I shut up. I ain't gonna take. They give me that check. I'ma shut up. They give me what I need. What you need, is that what you need? I'm just asking a question. Because where a lot of people want to debate, remember I started this with, they have succeeded with making the most powerful people look like an ass and not even know they own power. But yet still, look, watch the contrast. We spend the most money in the economy. Right now it's the fourth quarter in the economy. And the fourth quarter in this economy is when America generates its most money. You think that's a coincidence? And who do you think is spending the most money? You think that the 1% is out here buying all these, it's consumption. You think they're the ones consuming and buying all? No. It's you. It's you spending all that money. But I got people who gonna get mad and look down on me because I'm telling you that I'm not voting and I'm not marching. I'm not with that no more. I got up off my knees. I got away from that. I'm gonna let go and let God. It's not happening. You see all this domestic police terrorism, and you gonna stand there and say the Lord's Prayer? Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow and let them do you and let them do you? Nah. And to get another thing they ain't gonna teach you, to get you away from you see all these nationalists and all these people talking sovereignty and why do you think they're talking that? You want to know why? Because the Constitution comes from you. Shout out to T.I. Because I understand your stance. You, Killer Mike, a whole bunch of people out there in Georgia, keep doing what you're doing. But I remember on your we living in the war zone, you saying, oh, the Constitution's just a piece of paper. I'm sorry, brother. Oh, my OGs before that, and they used to, oh, politics and all that. It's just paperwork. Nah. It actually came from us. To have stability, to have some type of structure in a society of which if keyword if it was done right, if the lobbyists weren't paid off, and then you see where corruption ensues. If it's done, if it's used how it was designed to be, but nonetheless, just as things that preceded it, nothing new under the sun. Corruption ensues. Like they say, follow the money trail, follow the blood trail. It's real. Y'all, that part y'all do know. The Bilderbergs, the Rockefellers, da. So these names and these families, they just gave up the cause and just got rid of it, and that was just a time. No. Now now it's evolved, and it's evolved to a point where the divisive tactic has created a Me Too, a feminist, a Antifa, a Black Lives Matter, a super alt-right, a extreme left. Where are we going with it? Who's catching themselves? And all this divisiveness, how in the political spectrum with all them groups I just named right there, going to all the things that they protested and they voted, where, how, well, hey, y'all don't see the level of frustration? I love people talking about energy in this time. Because everybody talking about energy. How, and I'm going to say it, how the fuck you going to get your energy right amongst all this shit? Especially in the conscious community where we give you actual factual documents, dates, where they design and set up something to keep another people, females, subservient and stupid and dumb. The vaccines, the food, the drugs, the medical, the money, your house, your land, everything, every aspect of your life. But hey, it's all right. Wake up. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna eat my kale, and I'm gonna eat. Y'all serious? Y'all funny? And I'm laughing at it to the point like this. You know why they say the meek will inherit the earth? Because poor people know how to survive without a dollar. Ain't no magic. So I'm laughing at all the people in the so-called conscious community who hustling conscious. Y'all hustling and shit. I'm laughing at people like, yo, now, don't get it wrong. Noble Drew Ali and those before him, Marcus Garvey, all of them, Panthers. We need to support each other. You need finances to get back a Black Wall Street. You need finances, right? Let's take it there with our nation. Let me call it for what it is. I hate the word black, but this is what y'all know. Y'all black power, black did that, right? So for us black people to get back to that, you think they gonna let y'all establish? Just count them. Go Google all black-owned banks, black-owned hair and beauty supplies, and black-owned schools, and black-owned. Yeah, go look it up. You still playing ball with them. You have integrated and assimilated into exactly what they wanted you to. Exactly what they wanted you to. And no coincidence why we not doing this. But we doing this. Most powerful people. Keeping them separated by monetized. Where it starts right here. Everything great that comes from us started here. We thought about it, then we brought it to fruition. where y'all are dealing and emotional due to y'all beliefs, y'all faith, and y'all moral compass. But y'all hustling consciousness. That's what I'm laughing at. You know, different than a preacher. We're really, at the end of the day, it's about action. Get up, go outside, and show somebody who don't know how to fend for themselves how to fend for themselves. Now you fortify somebody else. They thankful. Maybe when they have $1 or you need something to eat, they help you out. Back to plain simple math. But these D's and these thoughts, this is not what's going on. If and when it affects you, then you get your morals right. But right now, everybody's moral compass, I'm saying it, is fucked up. You concerned about you and yours. And how it applies to everybody is if you're a mother, you're a father, and you are one of these groups, Antifa, and you are breeding this hateful message of divisionary. Don't get me wrong. Back to my nation and my people, the original, the most powerful. Why are we not the most powerful? We got away from it's self-hate. We got away from knowing our self-identity, knowing we come from kings and queens. Then even the ones that know they still from kings and queens is still fucking in denial because of the powers that be, the overall, well, I can't beat them, I gotta join them. Back to assimilation and integration. But does that stop you from getting, from accomplishing what you need to accomplish? That's what I would ask you. Personal conversation between me and you. Do you need that paper that says you got that trade skill to actually do that? Do you need a master's, a PhD? And I'm not, no pun intended to those who want to educate, because I believe you should teach and learn something every day. But there's a lot of y'all who ride on a high horse because you got your doctorates and you feel special because you're you think in a position of power. When you not, you part of the problem. I'm gonna say it. You're part of the problem. Where the people who are in these programs, federally funded and state funded and all these organizations, you see the problem and you know you can't change it by yourself. But shout out to those who are not fearful of making the steps and the effort and talking the talks, changing the contracts, changing the terms and conditions, and trying to get it done basically where it's at, how we know how to get it done. We not brazenly just running up on Capitol Hill and in every congressional hearing and shutting it down. We not strapped up. It's not Panthers no more. That's not happening. They came out with Black Panthers. Y'all went and spent, look how much money on that. Did y'all get up? Prime example. Had that money been diverted into a same school institution just as the one that LeBron started, where we say we don't want no ties, this is we own it. It's not your policies, you can't tell me they need circumcision, all that. Nothing you have put in place has nothing to do that. We're teaching our own how we need to teach them what they need to know to get ahead in life. Take the same money y'all did in generating that Black Panther movie and start educating. Because you understand what the children are the future. Nah. That's not what we doing. That's not what the most powerful people are doing. Trying to make an effort to do. You're not trying to fortify each other. You're not trying to hold down each other. You chasing $1. You hustling. Send money to my Cash App, my Venmo, my Apple Pay. And then let's take it there. You wrong these. I know you can't even. We call them in the streets we call them self-sufficient VMO. Jokingly, but it's dead serious. You see what happened to pimping. Call it for what it is, for better, for worse. But I'm talking about the good, the bad, the ugly. That curtailed. Why do you think that curtailed? Pimping came as a result of a survival tactic. That's what they're not going to educate you about in U.S. history. Everybody says, "Oh, the oldest form did it is selling." Okay, nah, I'm talking about the men, Fillmore Slim, Magic Don Juan, the people that the streets hail as great pimps and these legends of pimps. You know why they became like that? Survival, the power of the dollar. Is it right? No, but look what it did to the generations of rappers to come. Look what it did to the females, to their daughters, and the daughters born who from fatherless homes, who mothers met a pimp or dealt with a pimp, who guy gave them money because he was out there hustling what. So now look at it now. You got females hustling. You ain't even gotta leave home no more. You think they care about politics? You think they voting? You think they? You get it? You got the most powerful people to look like clowns, idiots. The most spiritual, natural, from the earth beings are conducting themselves like fools. And it's the ones most educated with money in their pocket looking like fools. Thank you, Kanye. And am I saying that everything he's trying to push is wrong? No. What I'm saying is he's an idiot because he's not in tune with his true self, with his higher self. This is a result of what they do to us. I'm not pointing the finger at him. He's one of many. You think he the only one that lost a mother? Who got $1? Who ran to Kim Kardashian? Who going around saying, yo, our president needs to be flying in a hydrogen? What's wrong with y'all, man? Once again, this is a well-designed. This was planned from a long time ago. But y'all want to argue and debate facts, and y'all want to hear me say, okay, well, when did it start? Did it? Nah, y'all got that out there. I'm here to remind those people that are on this level of what I'm talking about, because there is levels to this. Everybody want to act like they perfect. You ain't perfect. Stop the shit. Stop it. Everybody in the conscious community, stop that shit. Don't follow me. I don't need you following me. Look at what they did to the leaders before me. I don't want you to follow me. Don't follow me. No, don't follow me. I need you to lead. Lead yourself. Know yourself. Be in tune with yourself. Be honest with yourself. You are the most powerful person out here. Moorish woman. Ethiopian. Let's get to it. Why you hear people talking about king and queen trying to take it back? Those were the ancient form of mind. Because the more ancient you can take it back, we're getting rid of those words that they apply to us and attach to us. So when you hear people calling themselves more and ashe and peace, and yes, that is the effort of it. Get rid of the filth and get back into with that which is real. And what I do realize is that I acknowledge that which exists. So can my energy just be all great and dandy when I wake up and I see and I'm in tune with the fact that these police are policy enforcers that are bind to a corporation, just as the deep state, just as the shadow government, just as every one of y'all that paying taxes and working a job. Am I telling you I have the answers on how to get yourself right? Nope. What I'm reminding you is that there was a well thought, constructed, orchestrated plan by, you want to call them the elite, the powers that be, the whatever you want to call them, to make the most powerful beings on the planet stupid and get out to tune with knowing their true power. I can't change nothing by myself. I could only be a spark. or I could only open an eye of many. And shout out to those who understand the mathematics of what I'm trying to equate to. But it takes you to know your true power. I sit around people all the time, and they're genius. They'll talk a whole bunch of stuff, but they have succeeded with making people do this. They'll talk all this stuff, and then it's, I don't know. You don't know. You need to know. I hope you do know. That's the best thing for you to do right now, is to be in the know. Fuck all that superstition and what Stevie say? When you believe in things, then you suffer. Come on. Come into the know. And if you don't know, be honest and say, I don't know. This is what it's about. We are students to life. You're supposed to learn. You're not supposed to be doing the same thing every day. You wasn't born to pay taxes and run around and none of that. Like I said, they eliminating males, alpha males, any strong male. There's no reason for us. There's no reason that J. Edgar Hoover called it a black messiah. Nowadays they call it a black extremist. So because I'm in tune with who I am before I came here, they say you don't know where you're going until you know who you are. So when a individual, a human, takes that journey into going along that path to finding out who they are and tapping into their true power, what is the result now? You think they want me leading a million of y'all? Nah. Shout out to the warrior sisters who are out here genuinely with the effort of trying to revitalize other women and the men. This is the point of what I'm talking. Men and women, you guys need to know you're great again. You talk about make America great again? And you don't make America great and you have people feeling a huge percentage of the people of the land, from the land, feeling and saying, I don't know, I think, your self-identity now. How are those people going to treat those they come from? I'm from a Mexican. My family is from what we call the North Gate, or Northwest Africa. Mother and father originate from Trinidad. You want me to endorse to my children that our history starts with a whole bunch of Africans coming on the ship from Africa in the slave trade, when you completely got rid of the history of I'm part of the Aurex, the Tainos, those that were living out here. I'm part of them people, of those that revolted in Haiti. Y'all want to separate it, and you Haitian, you Jamaican, and did. Y'all don't realize that all of us is moving around. All of us is here. But when you come into the knowledge of who you are and your story and where you derive from and what you were sent here to do, then you'll be able to do what you need to do. Until then, stay tuned.